welcome back to my channel. This is Caitlin from Caitlin Plans, and today I'm going to be planning in my catch-all planner for the week of March 14th through 20th, which is also my spring break. So I have the opportunity to get a little bit more decorative with this one, and I'm very excited to do so because I feel like I've been stuck in the same rut of like boxes on boxes on boxes. So I want to get a little bit more decorative with this one. I want to keep it like bright and vibrant. It's spring break. I'm not really doing anything exciting, but my planner could be exciting. So that's the theory behind this one. And to do that, I have the Bold and Bright sticker book, which is a new one from Happy Planner. This one particularly spoke to me. I just feel like it's very much up my alley. I love the design in it, and I think the reason I like it is because it's so reminiscent of like Kate Spade stuff. So I have a little bit of a flip through for you. I took a few stickers out of the other copy of this book that I purchased, so I have two of these, and I'm gonna go back to wax paper for this week at least, just because I'm trying to organize my thoughts a little bit. I've been out of planning for, I don't know, maybe a week and a half now, so I'm just trying to organize my thoughts in a way that makes sense. So wax paper was the solution to that, but Bold and Bright for the spread today. Also grabbed some washi tape, so I'm thinking maybe these black and white plus signs, and then this one is the Simply Gilded Archer and Olive collab. I thought that might work in well. I'm really trying to pull those like Kate Spade vibes into this spread, so I was trying to pick ones that had the black and white striping with the rainbow letters. There's a lot of different designs of stickers in this book, and I had played around with maybe I want to do like a red and pink spread, but I settled on this, and I think this is gonna be like what I'm happiest with. So these are the like decorative functional things I'm interested in, and then I'll go back into the book and grab like some confetti stickers or some hearts or something like that to spruce it up just a little bit more. But this is kind of the jumping off place, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop this off the discs and we will get started. The very first thing that I know I want to place is this sidebar sticker just over in the sidebar. And it says, inhale confidence, exhale fear. I picked it because it has that kind of rainbowy striping on it. And I'm gonna center this one because I don't think I'm gonna really need the sidebar for much else. I could place some decorative stuff over there. There's a lot of different confetti type stickers in this particular sticker book, so that's an option, but just centering that in case I don't end up using either the space on top or bottom of it. I'd also like to place this double box over on the weekend. I know because it's spring break, I have the opportunity to kind of play around with the space a bit more, so it could go on any given day, but I'm thinking the weekend would probably be the best place for this because this is going to be when I'm kind of tapering off of spring break. It's nice to have a break from school. I ended up having to take a little bit of a break from school last week for some weird medical stuff that came up, and I don't know how in depth you really want me to get with like what's going on, but it's been a lot of different things all at once that I was not prepared to have to deal with all at once. And I'm just layering some stickers in the meantime. So I think I have a work shift on Tuesday and a work shift on Thursday, and that'll be it. But it ended up being like, and I don't know how graphic I'm gonna get here, but if you're someone who gets queasy with medical stuff, I warn you to step away or mute me. It ended up being like a pretty sizable kidney stone that was causing like a fluid buildup, and I haven't been able to wear pants for the last like 3 weeks because it just like, it's painful to like have anything squeezing on my stomach. So that was on one side, and then on the other side I have a decently sized ovarian cyst, and they've now diagnosed me with PCOS, which I had a hunch that was coming. Originally the diagnosis was endometriosis. At least that's the diagnosis I've been told for like the last few years, but now they seem to think it's PCOS. So that's all going on. They prescribed me a lot of heavy duty painkillers, except it turns out that I'm allergic to one of them. So then I'm gonna grab some more stickers, or maybe washi tape would be fun down in this area. But anyway, so then I had an allergic reaction to one of these medications that they put me on, which, you know, I'm allergic to a lot of things, mainly food allergies, and I had told them about that, but I don't know how maybe it's just a completely separate allergy altogether, but I had a pretty bad allergic reaction to whatever kind of medication they put me on, or even the like thing that they use to make CAT scans work, the contrast or whatever it's called. Sometimes that has shellfish in it, and I told them that, and they're like, oh no, it doesn't have shellfish in it. Anyway, I woke up the next morning after being in the ER all night to my face swollen beyond recognition, and then my throat was like starting to kind of swell as well, and I like was having a little bit of difficulty breathing. So I ended up having to go back to Chicago for the week to be at a different hospital, do the urgent care thing, doctor's appointments, specialists, all that stuff. So apparently I have an anaphylactic allergy to one of the many medications they gave me. They can't pinpoint which one because I was on a lot of different pills at that time, just to manage pain, but I'm allergic to that. So that was rough. And then I had to go off painkillers to not be allergic to the painkillers. So to pile that on top, it was a rough week, and I'm finally back home in my own apartment, and now it's going to be spring break. I'm just trying to catch up on work that I missed while I was out. It's been like a never-ending barrage of emails, and yeah, it's been rough. It's nothing life-threatening. A lot of people were like asking me like, oh, do you have COVID? Are you doing okay? Like with that, like, it was not COVID. I just had a bunch of random stuff just all happen at once, which that's how it goes. When it rains, it pours. But that's what's been up with me. Sorry for the weird dropping off the radar on social media thing. I did have to postpone my sticker release, but I had that on Friday and it ended up going pretty well. So I'm very happy that I postponed that because I would not have been feeling as good if I had kept it on Monday. I like the way this washi tape looks. I just feel like it needs a pop of color to match one of the ones that's in this, and I'm not sure that the gold and white one is going to do that. Like a solid color is kind of what I'm thinking. I grabbed a few different options, but I'm not really convinced on any of them. So I was like, okay, maybe I could go with like gold to kind of bring out the foil in that, but there's 3 different varieties of gold. This one's like a more flaky foiled gold. This one's like a hollow foil. And then this one I would say is more of a true gold. I was like, okay, maybe I could do more stripes to kind of highlight the stripes on those boxes. So I have like a thicker stripe and then a mini stripe. I got this one from Erin Condren, which is kind of old at this point, but it's like bright. It's really bright. And I don't think that's going to work out because it's just too much color. And then finally I was like, okay, pink. Can never go wrong with like just pink, but I think it might be wrong to do the pink, so we're gonna reconsider. I'm tempted to go with the thicker stripes. I feel like maybe this would be black and white with just a pop of color, and then the gold, it might just be too much with all the other gold foiled stickers I'm gonna try to bring in at some point. So I'm gonna test it out with the larger striped washi. I don't know where this one is from. Probably Michael's if I had to take a stab at it. I have a feeling it's one that came in one of those multi-sets of washi. And do I want to continue this in the same, like, spots as that one? Or do I want to, like, cut it off at a certain point? I kind of like it fully across those boxes. So I'm going to cut it at that end. Here we go. I think that looks pretty good. I can do the same thing up here again, just to make it match. And I'm gonna have to repeat this on the other half of the spread so that it looks even. I guess I didn't go all the way up to the box, so I'm gonna just crop it off ever so slightly before that. There we go. I like the way that looks, and honestly, I'm not sure I wanna bring in more boxes right now. I'm gonna put this back on the wax paper and we'll kind of think about that. It's looking good. I like the kind of geometric element that it adds to the spread. To go back into the Bold and Bright book, I'm looking for more of the confetti type stickers. So we have this one that's like black and white polka dots, which would be fun. But we also have these ones that I think have a pop of color that's probably needed if I have all of that black and white washi. There's these gold ones that could be fun, and I can combine those with the other ones if needed. We've got some quotes. And then I saw some hearts. I love these hearts. So maybe I could kind of scatter some hearts into these clusters. I feel like this might be the better move than the like confetti, because I don't know how that's gonna fit into the space. Like, it's a lot, because I would have to put it along the edge of the washi tape probably. So the hearts are probably the direction I'm heading in. I'll put a few of them on the page and just test it out. I will want to white out this line, and then I'm going to place these into the little opening that I've created there. I'm trying to use all of the different colors, not just like the pink and red ones. When I was kind of thinking through this spread in the first place, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to do the pink and red and make it like a pink and red spread. But I have all of the different colors kind of popping up in the quotes, so I want to do all of the different colors of the hearts. And then I feel like it also needs to go upwards that direction a bit more, so I'm gonna do a little bit more whiting out over here. And then I can go put some more hearts up in that area. These are so fun, and they remind me so much of the new Kate Spade logo during the rebrand that happened a few years ago, with the faceted heart that has the two different sides, or the faceted spade that has two different sides to it. So yes, they're hearts, but if you flip them over and add a little tail to them, they become spades. So that's what's really driving it home to me, that like, this is a very Kate Spade inspired book. Okay, I like that. I feel like it might need 1/3 cluster down here, but I'm gonna give it a minute and just really let it sink in before I make that decision. In the meantime, I'm gonna flip-flop over to the other side of the spread and start setting up for the other work shift that I have on Thursday. I wanna do a similar clustering of boxes, and I'm gonna bring this one up over this line just because I have some freedom to get creative with the layering. I'm trying to think about how this is gonna work with the washi tape when I start bringing that component in, pairing in this quote that says, always believe in your wildest dreams. I love that. And then I don't know if I have anything planned for Friday, but I'm tempted to bring in one of these boxes, really to kind of mimic what's going on in the sidebar, and just kind of putting it in the cluster, but not having it layered in the cluster. So this will be a Friday box. It's in the cluster. It's really weirdly left aligned on Friday, but I think once I get the washi tape into place, it'll look a lot better. And I can even that out by adding some stuff in on Saturday and Sunday. I think I have some plans with my sister on Sunday. So I'll take another one of these boxes and place that down here. It's a very casual week. I really am just taking things one day at a time, and I think that's kind of what I need right now, because it's just been like, it's been rough. This week has been kind of rough. I haven't really like felt well, and I'm trying to push through to get everything done that I have scheduled, like classes and papers and work and all that stuff, but I really do need to rest. And while I was at the hospital the first time, they were like, you need to be on bed rest for the next like week or so. So I tried to do that as best possible, but it's really hard to just stop everything all of a sudden. I don't know if anyone else is like familiar with having to do that, like just stop everything immediately. It was difficult for me. Okay, I don't like the polka dots down here, and I think that probably meant that going for the hearts was the better decision than going for the confetti dots. So peeling that back up, and it's just gonna go on the wax paper for now as like a resting place. I want to get some decorative stuff down here, but I'm having a hard time doing that. Maybe if I move this box upwards, I can put another one of those like monthly style boxes kind of layered below it. I have this one over here that says live in the present, which I really like. I love that like foiled polka dot border around it. So I'm going to place this one on Sunday, and I guess the bigger box will go to Saturday. I don't really know what plans we're going to be in here to begin with. Probably just like the end of spring break. But it's split between Saturday and Sunday, so it could be like a weekend box. Okay, so we've got that going on. I do think the washi tape is needed to kind of tie things together a bit better. So I'm trying to pick the placement for this. I'm thinking I want like a longer stretch of it along the bottom and then to fill in that gap there. And then maybe a continuous stretch that goes through the backside of, or like through it, this larger box over here. So I'm pulling out both of the different washi tapes that I used on the left half of the spread. And I'm just gonna stretch this one across here. I do think I'm gonna need a little bit of whiteout to make this look like a clean swatch of tape, just because these are semi-transparent tapes, so you can see these black lines through them, and that kind of starts to irritate me when it begins to intersect like the design or the continuity of the design. Okay, so I'm placing this one. If it'll stop tangling on me. And this is all on me for unpeeling it before I actually needed to. So this one's gonna go across this part of the spread. I'm trying not to like stretch it out too much because I know that'll make the pages curl, but there we go. And when I cut them on the other half of the spread, I left a little bit of buffer room between the solid boxes and the tape. So I'm not going to cut it exactly to the line of the box. It's just going to end ever so short of that. Going to do the tail over here because I don't need this random piece of tape hanging out in the margin. I'm trying to think of like what other things need to be caught up on because I missed a catch-all video last week while I was just dealing with stuff. It ended up being my International Women's Day catch-all spread, so I used stickers from my own shop, the Girl Power ones that I had made specifically for International Women's Day, and certainly they can be used at any point during the year. That's kind of how I envisioned them working out. So I used those and I paired them with some florals from According to Allie, and I loved the way that one turned out. I'm sad I didn't get a video up for it, but I was just not in the right like space to be filming videos at that point. And also I went home to like my parents' house for most of the week, and I mentioned that already, but I only took with me like 4 or 5 sticker books, and then the sticker albums from According to Allie, just all of my According to Allie stickers. So I was a little limited on what I had the ability to like craft with. I brought home that older Happy Blooms sticker book, so it's one of the older floral ones from Happy Planner at this point. I think it was website exclusive, if I remember correctly. And I just made so many floral spreads. I'm like, I'm gonna work through this sticker book. I'm gonna shop my stash. So I made like maybe 4 or 5 different spreads using that. And it was a lot of stuff that I wouldn't like even post on social media, like some dailies that I was just like planning in, setting up stuff in my Etsy planner. But I got to the point where I'm like ripping out empty pages from the sticker book, and now I'm down to like 12 sheets left in this book, and I'm so proud of myself for like working through my stash. And then they announced there's a new Happy Blooms sticker book that's coming to Michael's, and it's gorgeous. I just love all the florals, so had to get that one too, but I assume it'll pop up in a future video. I like the washi tape placement. I feel like it might need something here, maybe hearts. I forgot that hearts were even an element in this spread. I do want to do the washi tape along the top though, just to figure out what's going on before I start sticking random stuff in all the little nooks and crannies. Okay, so I'm back to do the like washi tape along this part, and I'm realizing that this box was probably really good placement because Em and I have another episode of our podcast coming out on Friday. We started a podcast. I've only talked about it once on here, I think, and it's like an every other week thing, so we kind of alternate weeks between recording stuff and then having it air on Spotify, Apple Playlists, and I think Google Podcasts. I said Apple Playlists, I meant podcasts. So we have a podcast, it's called Professionally Planned, and we kind of talk about everything and anything. It's been a lot of fun. And we just finished recording an episode last night that has to get edited for this Friday's upload. I wouldn't say that it's like a family-friendly podcast. Like there's a little bit of swearing in there, but it's yeah, we talk about planners. We do a lot of stuff with like The goal was to do like small business shout outs and get some small businesses on as guests. We have been talking about like mental health and grad school, and in this episode, the one that's going to go up on Friday, we talked about M's experience at Go Wild. I didn't make it out to Go Wild, but Lupita and M, and I will include a link to a picture down below, or like green screened over this video, because I think you need to see this. They created a cardboard cutout of my face and brought it around Go Wild to take pictures with everyone, and I just felt it was so special of them to like think of me while they were out like having a good time, and they could have just like gone and had an amazing time together, but they included me in the form of a cardboard cutout, and I was just very, very appreciative of that. The pictures are priceless. Like I have pictures with a bunch of different people that I met while I was at Go Wild, while I was actually home feeling miserable on the couch, but it made my week a lot better. So I really love them, and I will share a picture with you because these things are hilarious. So Paper Caitlin went to Go Wild this year. Real Caitlin is going to go to Go Wild next year. That's the hope. Trying to fill in this little gap. This is a tricky area to washi tape. Does this one need to go up ever so slightly? I feel like it's a lot lower than the rest of them. I can deal with that in a second. Just want to do the last stretch of it. Okay. Looking good. Yeah, I do think that one is a little bit lower than the other. Maybe it's just that one that's like higher than the rest of them. Trying to think about how much spacing I had on the other sections. I'll just bump this down ever so slightly. I am nervous to reposition washi tape in particular because, you know, it never likes to stick once you place it a second time. I can always glue pen it if I need to. But I think that looks a lot more even, so I'm happy with that. And now hearts, because there's hearts on this half, but not on that side. Bringing back this copy of the Bold and Bright sticker book, and I'm going to start by doing this little section over here on Sunday, because there's not much planned, I suppose, so I can get a little bit more decorative with it. I love being able to get decorative in my planner. It feels like a rare little treat. So I'm gonna put like maybe 3 over here in this cluster on Sunday, and then I'll take another one to kind of offset it and put it down here on Saturday. I think that'll kind of balance things out. I'm trying to pick a variety of different heart sizes. There's like maybe 4 or 5 different sizes of the hearts in this sticker book, so I can kind of pick and choose whatever fits the space best, but I like the way that that looks. And now I gotta figure this one out. We'll do blue and green. And I didn't really get a chance to put a lot of the clear quotes into this spread, which I'm kind of sad about. They might just be too much for this space that I've kind of carved out with the washi tape. And that does mean that I can save them for another spread in the future. I have 2 of these sticker books, so this will not be the last, like the first and only time you see this sticker book on my channel. I just really love this kind of design. So this will be making a reappearance, probably in different forms. I'm not going to be duplicating the same spread over and over again, just using the sticker book in different ways. And I always find that really interesting when people find like completely different ways to use sticker books. So maybe this week I do like this kind of Kate Spade inspired rainbowy thing, and then I'll do like a monochrome with it and pull like one particular color of stickers out of here. I just love this sticker book so much. I pulled it away and I'm like, it needs one more heart right up there. So I'm gonna pick a bigger one. This pink and pink will be good for that space. I don't know how I feel about layering it over the washi tape, but I think that's a necessary evil for that particular area of the spread. And maybe if I white out this line, I could go in with an even smaller one next to it that's not layered onto the washi tape. So I'm thinking like this yellow and orange, just right up here next to it. Oh yeah, that looks cute. I think that rounds out that cluster nicely. So I was playing around with like maybe a quote here, but it didn't feel like it was the right spacing. So maybe it's just hearts that I need in this area to like finish the spread off. I'm gonna put a little bit more of the white jelly roll pen here. Words are hard. I've been having such a hard time with my planner words today. I think it's because I took such a hiatus off of like filming YouTube videos, but I'm gonna put like maybe 2 hearts down in this area. And I think that rounds it out nicely. Okay, so with that, I think the spread is done. I'm gonna go ahead and pop it back onto the discs. And with that, my Kate Spade inspired spring break spread is done. Maybe I should have put spring break on here somewhere, but I'll know that it's spring break. It could be fun to do like gold foiled letters over this little washi section down here, but I don't want to get it too complicated. I think it's fun the way it is. A little bit more decorative than what I normally get to do, which is always exciting for me. I just love kind of planning in this style rather than boxes on boxes on boxes. And I had a lot of fun with this new sticker book. I have a few from the new Happy Planner release that really drew me in. I was trying to be more selective about like how many I was purchasing this time, because in the past I've like spent upwards of $500 on their release day, which is insane. So I was more intentional about what I would actually use and what I like knew I really wanted to combine with other stickers, and this is one of them. There are a few others that I'll be playing with in future spreads, but this is the first one that I'm going to use, and I love it. I love this like whole black and white graphic washi paired with the really rainbow and fun hearts and lettering. So I think it's a fun spread, and I'm looking forward to filling this one out and just like not having to write all over the place, because in the past like maybe month or so, my spreads have kind of turned into stuff like this, where it just gets so busy. So this one, I want to keep it nice and light and airy. That's why I left some boxes that are open, some like dead space in the spread. I think it's a fun one. Oh, and the birds are chirping. How lovely. Okay, well, I'm going to call this good, and there it is. If you like this video, hit that like button down below. You can also subscribe to my channel for more fun planner-related content, and follow me on Instagram at Caitlin Plans, where I share after the pen photos as well as photos of spreads that did not get videos. Thanks for watching, and happy planning!